You can have the perfect checklist in front of you and still not move. That was my experience. In part 1, I showed you how AI can actually help an ADHD brain. It can organize messy notes, prioritize tasks, even generate structured plans in seconds. But even with that beautifully organized checklist in front of me, I still couldn't get going. And that's because AI is transactional. Coaching is relational. Here's where coaching is different. Number 1, a coach sits with you through the hard stuff. The assisted living example I shared in part 1, AI gave me a very nice checklist. But when I sat with those questions, really sat with them, what came up wasn't logistics. It was guilt. It was grief. It was challenging family dynamics. And AI doesn't know what to do with that. A coach stays in that moment with you. And staying in that moment is where the breakthroughs happen. A coach gives you something you probably haven't had much of. A safe, non-judgmental space to actually sit with difficult emotions and then figure out what to do with them. As an ADHD coach, I'll certainly share information when appropriate, but advice giving, in my opinion, belongs in Dear Abby columns, and maybe not even there. Number 2, a coach helps you remember. The thing about ADHDers is we're not slow learners, but we are quick forgetters. We forget what has worked. We forget what hasn't worked. And we forget why. We default back to those neurotypical solutions that have failed us many times in the past. Start Monday. I just need the right system. I'll try harder. Does that sound familiar? Coaches aren't judgmental when our clients bring those things into our sessions. But they do notice things. They notice your tone, your body language, your patterns over time. And that allows them to ask questions like, well, what has worked for you before? How might we repurpose that? What emotion are you feeling in this moment? Not, here's what you should do, but let's rediscover what already works for you. Number 3, a coach helps you rebuild your identity. This is the big one, especially in midlife. If you were diagnosed late like I was, you didn't just miss strategies. You built an identity around being broken, lazy, unreliable, too intense, not living up to your potential. So you learn to compensate, to mask, to overperform in some areas and quietly avoid others. And over decades, that story gets baked in. The real work isn't organizing your to-do list. It's moving from something is wrong with me to I understand how I'm wired. That shift doesn't come from a checklist. It comes from a fellow traveler walking alongside you as you replace the lifelong story of brokenness with the story of who you actually are and who you are becoming. Rebuilding identity is relational work, and that's something AI simply cannot do. And number 4, the coaching relationship is what drives change. Decades of research in therapy and coaching show that the relationship itself is one of the strongest predictors of change. Not the framework, not the tools, the connection. Because shame and fear make us isolate. We spend endless hours, and often a lot of money, trying to find solutions in books, in TED Talks, in apps, or in courses. Of course, those can be helpful, but for the most part, they keep us alone. And they offer off-the-shelf solutions that weren't designed for how we're wired. You don't transform in isolation. You transform in relationship. AI can't give you that, but a human being can. I said at the beginning, in part 1, that Claude and I have a bit of a relationship. And that's true. For tactical stuff, AI is incredible. But the people who have changed my life over the years, they were human beings. My coach, my therapist, my psychiatrist, the family and friends who stayed with me when I couldn't stay with myself. If you're realizing that tools alone haven't been enough, that might be the moment that coaching makes sense. The link to a free introductory session is in the description. We'll simply explore whether we're a good fit. And if you haven't watched part 1, where I show what AI does well, I'll link that here too. AI can support you, but it can't walk with you. If this resonated, drop a comment and tell me what landed for you. Thanks very much.